Hello and welcome back to Beckler Guitars and Repair. And today I'm going to show you how I made the ultimate busking rig. Oh yeah! Today I'm going to show you how I MacGyvered my Spark 40 into the ultimate busking rig. So here's my entire rig right here. Everything I was wearing is packed up right here. So I've got everything in the Spark bag that came with the amplifier and just my guitar. You can use a gig bag or whatever you want, but this whole thing is light enough for me to carry with me wherever I want to go. I came up with this idea when I was just playing with my Spark amp, and I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool if I could practice my singing through here as well somehow and have it be fully portable. So that was kind of my first idea, and I just kind of came up with a way to do it from there. Alright, here's a quick look at everything you're going to need for this rig. It's pretty simple. Alright, so the first thing I'm using is my Spark 40 amp. So normally a Spark 40 isn't portable. It's got a wired power supply. This is my modded Spark 40. Now I do have a video out where I do a couple of mods to this. They're all pretty simple, but I'm utilizing those mods for this build. So if you want to check out that original video, I'll put the link in the description. Basically, all I've really done is added a power supply to the back. So this is a power bank that plugs right into the amplifier and gives it 12 hours of power. And then I've added strap locks to the side. Basically just guitar strap locks I've installed, so you can use any sort of a strap with this, and this comes into play a little bit later. Next problem I had with this build was so this amp only has a one input on it. There's no input for, like, say, a microphone. But on the back, it does have an auxiliary input. So typically you'd use this to, like, put in music from a music player or something like that. And it does have its own separate channel volume, which is this music volume knob at the front here. This is totally separate from any other parameters. So the only way to control the input back there is this one volume knob. The problem I was having is I would plug a microphone into the auxiliary input and I'd max out the volume, but it would be nowhere near loud enough to compete with the guitar part. So I had to find a way to boost the signal. So what I ended up coming up with is I bought this super cheap boost pedal on Amazon. It's just a Joyo pedal. I think this thing costs around $60. And then to make it more portable, I'm using just a 9-volt battery with an adapter plug here. And I've mounted Velcro to each so they can mount directly to the amp, so I don't have to worry about these things sliding all over the place while I'm playing. So let me just show you what I mean. Oops, this will be this way. And I just use 2 strips of Velcro for the back of the pedal and the battery, and that way it just mounts nicely to the top and stays right there. This will give me a nice boost to the signal to go into my auxiliary input on the amplifier. Now to connect that boost pedal to the amp, I'm just using a little 1/8 cable. So this will go 1/8 from the back of the auxiliary input, like so. And then I'm using 1/8 to 1/4 inch adapter to go into the boost pedal. So that'll be out of the boost pedal, like so. Alright, so to make this thing totally hands-free so I can play my guitar while using a microphone, I came up with this idea. So this is a harmonica holder. So this goes right around your neck, and then you typically would put a harmonica in here so you can blow on your harmonica while you play guitar. So I'm just using this to hold this microphone in place while I play guitar, like so. This is an SM57 microphone, a Shure. You can use whatever you want. I kind of prefer just having that tight little spot that picks up instead of like a cardioid or an omnidirectional mic. So you're not picking up any other sounds while you're doing this. You can it just picks up the vocals because it's just that tight pattern right there. So now to have a little bit more control over my mic sound, I'm using this K&K Sound Pure preamp. Basically, this is just a little belt pack, and it enables me to adjust my volume on my microphone as well as my treble, mids, and bass. It also provides a little bit more of a signal boost, so kind of has 2 stages of signal boost before going into the amp. So this makes it plenty loud and gives me some control over the EQ. So basically, I'm going from the microphone with an XLR cable to male 1/4 inch. I'm going into the input on the preamp, and then I'm going out into the pedal. Like so. The mic into the preamp pack, and the preamp pack into the pedal, and the pedal into the amp. Auxiliary in. And I like to use these coiled shorter cables so everything can be plugged in without a bunch of cable management cables flying everywhere. This makes it nice and short and kind of easy to deal with. So the other cool thing about the Spark 40 is you can load all these tones from the Tone Cloud, from the Positive Grid application for the amp. So you can load up 4 of your favorite presets. You can also control all of this on the fly. It's right within arm's reach, so you can really dial everything in while you're playing. And I'm just plugging in my guitar with this, again, a small coiled cable. And here's a look at the guitar I'll be using. This is a headless guitar. Basically, it's super light, it's compact because it doesn't have the headstock on there, and it's just a nice smaller guitar that works really well with this rig because you don't have a giant guitar you know, poking out super far. It's nice and short, and it's nice and light, so it doesn't add much weight to the rig. And it plays and stays in tune well too. I'm just going to show you how I prepare and put everything on. This is where the locking straps come into play. Basically, I'm going to be feeding this through my belt loops. So it's going to look like this to end with. So I'm just going to go through all my belt loops around my pants. And then these lockers will hold it into place in front of my body like this. And then you just lock in the strap locks on the amp like so. And there we are. Next, I'm just going to put my belt pack in place and put on my microphone headset and run all my cables. Plugged in and ready, and my cable management is decent. It's not everywhere. So now I'm ready for my guitar. And I'm ready to turn everything on. Yeah. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Let's just turn it off. Alright, so I moved the lapel mic over by the camera, so everything you're hearing is directly through the speaker. So yeah, I've got my option to control my volume on my vocals right here, and I can adjust the boost on the pedal on the amp on top here, or I can adjust the volume on my belt pack. So I can get as loud as I like. If I go too loud though, it starts to feed back a little bit, so that's a little bit louder than I would ever need. Anyway, and then you can also adjust your guitar. So you've got your 4 different presets and your full EQ and your reverb, delay, and mod options as well. So yeah, it's also kind of a pretty loud rig. If I adjust my gain, yeah. So yeah, even having my amp pretty loud, you can talk over it pretty easily. And of course, when you're singing, so yeah, even having my amp pretty loud, you can easily hear me talk over it. And of course, when you're singing, it's even louder than this. Ever since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of lonely street, it's Heartbreak Hotel. You made me so lonely, baby. You made me so lonely. You made me so lonely I could die. So yeah, pretty cool. If you wanted to get really fancy, you could even use your phone and go into the Spark app, and then you have access to the whole tone cloud. You can change your tone on your guitar, or you can use the tuner on your phone, or all the other functions on there. So it's pretty versatile and easy to use. And again, here it is all packed up and ready to go. So it's a nice kind of a light footprint and very portable. So yeah, that was a fun little rig to put together for like a fully portable busking rig. You can actually use it while you're standing or even walking around and playing at the same time. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you for tuning into Beckler Guitars and Repair, and I'll have more for you really soon. Thanks a lot.